The former Brooklyn Center, Minnesota police officer who said she confused her handgun with her taser was convicted of 2 counts of manslaughter in the death of Daunte Wright. Kim Potter was ordered into custody right after the verdicts, and she was taken away in handcuffs after a jury found her guilty of first-degree manslaughter and second-degree manslaughter. This case dates back to April when Daunte Wright was killed during a traffic stop. Kim Potter said at the time that she had mistaken her taser for her handgun, and she tried to pull out her taser, and she instead pulled out her handgun and shot him. Her defense attorneys, after the guilty verdict, they asked that she not be taken into custody right away. They said she's amenable to probation, she's not a flight risk, she's not a danger to society. They even cited Christmas and said she's a devout Catholic and it's the Christmas season and she should not be taken in. She's been out on bail since this happened back in April. But the judge disagreed and ordered her into custody, saying Kim Potter shouldn't be treated any differently than anyone else in a situation like this. So she was taken out of the courtroom in handcuffs. One of her family members did shout, "Love you, Kim," as she was escorted out. Daunte Wright's mother and father were inside the courtroom as the verdicts were read, and they started crying when the verdicts came down. And outside the courthouse, there were several supporters of the family, and they were watching the verdict. And when they heard the guilty verdicts, they started rejoicing and chanting the words, "Guilty, guilty, guilty." This case was handled by the Minnesota Attorney General's office of Keith Ellison. And after the verdict, he gave a news conference in which he said that this brought some level of accountability to Daunte Wright's death, but it didn't bring justice. He said the only way justice could be brought is if Wright's life could be restored. And so there is no justice in that case. But he said accountability is a critical step, and it's necessary on the road to justice for everyone. He also said he felt some sympathy for Potter, saying that she went from being an esteemed member of the community to now being convicted of a serious crime.